Our long trip from Arcata, California to Cebu, the Philippines.
If you see him, you can tell him.
This is a John's Retirement Travel Blog production. First we had to go to Eureka, California to rent a car so we could drive to the San Francisco airport and then drop the car off at the airport. We used the Costco travel system for getting our car. We went to Enterprises, who they worked from. Originally, we unfortunately had 2 days booked, but they were easily changed it to 1 day, so only had to pay for 1 day of renting the car. The other problem we had is we had a lot of stuff we're taking. We didn't think it would fit into a standard full-size car, so they let us change to get a bigger car, and of course a little more money, but at least we could manage to squeeze everything in the car. Then we drove back north a little ways to Arcata, California to pick up all of our stuff so we could then head south towards San Francisco. On this trip we were taking a friend along who'd never been to the Philippines but was interested in seeing what it was like, so that meant we had one less seat available in our vehicle, but it all worked out well with the car that we rented. And they were doing some road work along the way. They're going to make an overpass so people don't have to try to cross the street with quick moving oncoming traffic. Then we approached Arcata and Cal Poly Humboldt, which is previously called Humboldt State University, and took that main exit. Then as we approached the university, we made a left turn towards more of the downtown Arcata. Then we had the challenge of getting all the stuff we wanted to take into one vehicle. But, we managed. Fortunately, we didn't have a smaller vehicle, or it would not have worked. Then we started heading south. We drove through Eureka, California, which we've seen numerous times before. But it'd be our last time of seeing it for quite a while.
Sundown, Gordon Lightfoot here at EZ 95.5. Gorgeous Wednesday, highs near 70 here on the immediate coast, and a little warmer, a little ways inland.
But yeah, it's great. Often underestimated.
Now we are passing the Bayshore Mall. As we reach the end of Eureka, we go by Pearson's Building Supply, home of the Big Hammer.
I have this millionaire friend that stayed in his house.
Now we are a couple 100 miles south from where we were in Eureka, and we're in Sonoma County.
When I first started that big boat, at least I got part of it.
Now we are around the city of Santa Rosa, which can be sort of busy at times. We are passing cars because we are in a carpool lane and we have 3 people. If we just had one person, we'd be stuck in traffic. Eventually we get to Marin County. Now we're going through the city of San Rafael in Marin County. Now we are approaching the famous Golden Gate Bridge. It is foggy, so the very top of it is covered in fog. And that gave us one other choice, is when you cross the bridge there's a toll. They just collect it one direction, but you don't stop and pay toll. You can't stop. They get your license plate number of your vehicle, and then you get billed. Now having a rental car, it's a little different. So it's about $10 for crossing the bridge that one way, and that would, if you went back, you wouldn't have to pay a thing. But if you don't get registered as paid, the rental car company would charge you a service charge of another $25 on top of that $10. We sort of wanted to not have to pay that. I tried prepaying it in Arcata before I left, but they seem to make it confusing. There's like videos on how to pay it and stuff, and complicated. And finally, I had to open an account and put in a password, and they said my password was not complex enough. So I just sort of gave up and drove south. And so then later, I tried calling the rental company, and they said, yeah, it's going to be $25 if you don't, if we have to handle it. So then I called a number for the Bridge Association, and they actually talked to a person. He set up an account for me just for one crossing the bridge. And with the account, I was able to pay the bridge toll without the extra $25 fee. You do have to look a ways online to find the phone number, but it is there if you look enough.
You'd think it would be built in or whatever, or pre-calibrated if that's where
For crossing through the city, I usually take the 19th Avenue lane or way. It's on the right side, one of those two lanes that go forward, not the lane that goes down to the water. And it gets you through the city without being in the busy downtown area. So it's usually the best way to go. And you go through part of Golden Gate Park that way.
Is Rabina good? Yeah, let's get out of here for a while, and then there'll be some gas stations. Do you want me to try to let me get in the right lane so I can hit it if there is any. I don't think it's going to be too many. What?
The road goes right through a residential area. A lot of traffic passes there. Years ago, they talked about making a freeway, which would destroy a lot of houses and change the character of the neighborhood. And they just decided they didn't want to do that and just left things as they are, which is nicer to keep the neighborhoods intact.
Let's do that. Do you want some of this?
No, that's fine. Thank you.
Okay, forget it.
Forget it.
You had your chance. You were doing okay? Are you tired?
What?
Oh, you're videoing the whole trip down?
No, I was getting ready when there's something neat there.
Videoing.
You know I like the design of the houses here.
Yeah, it is
Beautiful
a trippy,
design.
It's a trippy little. There's a Chinese Bible church. It's station. Well, I appreciate things like
Beautiful downtown San Francisco.
Smaller businesses or people from other
that. Huh?
The place up in the corner we passed used to be an acupuncture school years ago.
A what?
Acupuncture? But we were friends with the students there. We sort of studied together often.
Did you go out for Chinese food? Okay. Okay, keep me posted. Doing 6 miles.
Stonestown Mall.
It's soaking lady.
She doesn't have much to say.
Choking
We are
lady.
now
Talking
crossing
lady.
Stonestown Shopping Center, a large shopping center. It's been there since the 1950s. It's remodeled and changed some. But it's a popular place. It's one of the few in San Francisco where there is a lot of parking.
The soaking lady. You know, on your phone.
This is Stonestown Shopping
She's hiding
Center.
in my phone.
Up ahead is San Francisco College.
22.
Wow, that was long time ago.
It was just last week, actually. Yes, it is a long time ago. Seems like only 50 years ago, 40 years ago.
Wow.
I don't know. Quite a while ago.
Yep. Wow, that was long time ago.
It was just last week, actually. Yes, it is a long time ago. Seems like only 50 years ago, 40 years ago. I don't know. Quite a while ago. It's true.
After you pass Stonestown Shopping Center, the next bunch of buildings are San Francisco State University off to the right. It's been there a long time also, and there's transit, at one of the corners there.
At Gassers in San Bruno. He was trying to sell me the lens he had, and I thought I knew better. I should have bought the one he had. Bought another lens.
So what's the brand name?
Gassers in San Bruno. Second Avenue. Yeah, I bought it downtown. Right, Chicago camera made of mahogany wood. I have two of them now. One of them kind of beat up. The other one is pretty good. And I have two chips.
The apartments. These apartments have been there since the 1950s. Then we get on the 280 freeway to head south. And we go by the Ceremony Shopping Center on the right.
Your hand, I can't really see. Is that off the right side? I wonder just as
Crystal Springs Road.
If I was just going to be going to the airport directly, I would go along Highway 280 and then turn left or get off the exit at 380, which goes towards the airport and past the El Camino Real. But since it's the timing of this is our flight leaves at around 1 in the afternoon, which if we were going to drive and leave early to get there, we'd have to leave 1 or 2 in the morning, which I've done that before, and it's usually not a great ride because you're really tired. So we decided to spend the night in a hotel. And the directions we got from the phone that tells you the directions now these days, had us go through more of a nice residential neighborhood. So we went down. It's nice to tour the area. The hotel was actually in San Bruno, which is one of the cities like north of San Mateo and before South San Francisco. And it was a nice drive there. The hotel is located on the El Camino Real, which sort of stands for the name the King's Highway, and it's sort of been there since the days of the missions a long time ago. If I was going to take 380, there'd be an exit for El Camino Real, but we're following these directions and they're working fine getting us there directly.
People eating ham sandwiches and just making meals. Ham sandwiches. And their cottage cheese. Is that Green Roof Place? You haven't truly lived. I think you may have died. Where's the office? I don't know. How much your rooms are like? 1,500 to 2,000 a month. This is a decent, pretty nice area. Okay, you want to just see if we can pull over and ask them what the story is? No parking. How about over here? Are we going to this gas station?
If you want, unless we just go to.
So we finally made it to the Gateway Inn and Suites. We found it a very nice place with helpful people. The only caution is they have free parking, but there's only so many parking places. So it's sort of a first come, first serve. So you wouldn't want to go out to dinner and come back and find not just no parking in their lot. The streets have a special meter for a credit card to park there. It's not like you can just park on the streets easily. So just being careful you park well. And here's our room, a very comfortable spot, views outside. And not far away, there are places that sell food for dinner. We went one direction for dinner and another direction for breakfast. For dinner, we found a nice Mexican restaurant. The food was delicious with large servings. The hotel had a nice lounge area on the second floor. We stayed on the third floor so we could see it walking by from upstairs.
Well, why don't we go get it, right?
Then we had breakfast at the local IHOP, which was actually pretty close by. Then we got to the airport. Things were they were very helpful for the e-travel thing we had to fill out to go to Cebu, and we pre-arranged our boarding online ahead of time, so we didn't have to wait in a long line. But there really wasn't much of a line anyway. That was sort of a nice surprise. Then we got on the plane for our first flight, 12 hours and 10 minutes or so, but it was sort of late in leaving. So it ended up taking us a little longer sitting there. And as you can tell, we went by Korean Air. Then after we landed, yeah, there's other planes around the area there. And, we got this far doing well. Our final flight to Cebu is near midnight, so everything's dark, so there are not really many pictures. By then we were just trying to get off the plane and get going. But we waited for our second flight to happen in the beautiful Korean airport. Then after we eventually got to Cebu, we did go to a mall and to get a new SIM card for the phones and everything, and get a new phone that would work locally. Thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video.